Hi everyone, this is Casey at BeBe Blythe Company. Today I'm going to show you how to take apart a Middie Blythe doll. We're going to open her up and take her apart. In my last video I showed you the difference between a Middie Blythe and a regular Blythe. And this video we're going to actually take her apart. Now in the last video I mentioned that the first part is soaking her in water, and that's because unlike most of the regular Blythes, her scalp is actually glued to the head. Now, some people have a hard time getting it apart. I have done one other Blythe and I didn't really have a problem. One other Middie and it was pretty easy after soaking her for a couple of days. So this Blythe has been soaking now in just dish soap and water for a couple of days. I'm going to have to rinse her hair off better, but for the video I'm just going to dry her off. Hopefully it's loosened up the glue and she'll come apart easily. So the Middie Blythe only has 2 screws in the back, unlike regular Blythe who has 3. Well, most of the models. So the first thing you're going to want to do is take the screws out. Now I can't really get that screw out. I don't really know why. But I think that it's totally unscrewed, so I don't think it's going to matter. So I'm just going to leave it there for now and we'll see what happens. So now, with regular Blythe, you kind of push on her head and it opens it. And I kind of do that just to get an idea of how stuck we are and see if we can get the body out first. So you can kind of pull on the hair and see if you have the scalp coming up at all anywhere. And it does look like it's coming up a little there, and she's really soapy. So we got the body out. That's kind of the first part. It looks like I broke a piece off, but I'm going to be changing these bodies, so I'm not really concerned about it. So as far as the scalp, as you pull on it, what I did with the last one is I just looked for kind of an opening, which you can see one right there. I think I'm going to go rinse her hair because it's so soapy, it's hard to hold on to. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I've rinsed her hair and I have dried it, and it's a little bit easier to hold on to. So now there's a couple tools that I use to get this doll apart. It's kind of just whatever works, and with the other one it was a little bit easier in this. So either I haven't soaked her long enough or she's just a little bit more difficult. Either way, what you're going to want to do is, like I said, as you see the scalp separating from the head, if you can get something in there to pry it open, that's kind of what I did with the last one, and it just sort of separated. This one's not really doing that. So I have my X-Acto knife and I'm going to put it in the seam there and sort of cut it. Now you want to be very careful when you're cutting a scalp off that you don't cut the scalp in a very uneven way, because when you put the scalp back on the doll you're going to have gaps and that doesn't look very good. So this one, I'm just sort of putting the X-Acto knife in there and letting it sort of cut as it can without forcing it too much or going up and down too much. Like sawing. I'm not sawing it, I'm just sort of pushing it in, and it does seem to be separating. I'm hoping that once I can get some of it separated, I can put something different in there to kind of pry it open so that we don't have to cut. But this one definitely doesn't feel as easy as the other one that came apart. So now I'm going to try to stick something in there and see if we can do any prying. This is actually a tweezers, but the end of it is just kind of perfect. And I'm just sort of running it along, and it's starting to come apart, as you can see. And I'm pulling it back and forth so it breaks off that glue. The front is the most glued, which is obviously kind of annoying. This is the part that will be seen the most. So as I pull it away, I can see that it's sort of stuck in there in a couple of places. I don't know if you can see it, but I can see it. So I'm going to take my scalpel and sort of cut just those spots away. Like I said, not sawing, just sort of pushing the scalpel down. The front looks like the worst, so let's use the scalpel. Have it. Oh, I'm in the spot. Okay, so now we have the hair, and now we should be able to just pop the head open and it separates. It looks like a little bit of the scalp is attached to the head, so let's put it around there, and we're free. Now, the inside of the Middie Blythe is very different than the regular Blythe, but to get the eye mechanism out, you just have 2 screws right down in there, and we're going to unscrew those. And your eye mechanism should just pull out. And as always, you want to make sure that you keep your screws in one place so you don't lose them. Now this dome, as you can see, is attached by 1 screw. It's very similar to the regular Blythe, so we're going to take that off. And I think on the other Middie that I did, the dome and the scalp did not separate. So this will need to be reattached to the hair, but it's not really that big of a deal. We'll do that when we put her back together. So now you have your parts. You have the head, the back plate, and your mechanism. Now, because she's been soaking in water, I'm hoping that her eyelashes will come out easily because of the soapy water, but let's see if we can get them out while they're still wet. And they're not pulling out easily, so I'm not going to worry about it so much right now. So we won't worry about it. But basically, I just wanted to show you in this video how to take her apart, and we have finished taking her apart. Now she's ready to be customized, and that's it. I'll probably post an update on maybe some other tutorials on how to customize Middie Blythe, but for now, that's all. Thanks for watching.